Not talking about uh, what are my capabilities are actually, but talking about what I can deliver for you. I think that shift
Yes.
uh, in the conversation started helping a lot.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to our series Heroes of Sokrati. And today, we have with us our special guest Navdeep, and we are going to invest time in getting and picking brains of Navdeep in his core strength and expertise, which is very important for organization and organization growth. That is sales. Welcome Navdeep, and welcome to Heroes of Sokrati.
Thank you, Manoj. I'm really glad to be here. I've seen a lot of videos and really excited about this conversation as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. So, what we would like first to hear from you, Navdeep, is that for our folks who are in the organization for quite some time, but more for the folks who are joining us, is that what has been your experience at Sokrati?
I've come from a non-digital background. Yeah, so I have an experience wherein I joined as an AVP, wherein I was supported by a very strong team to get me up to the feet so that I could go out and talk to the clients,
Fantastic.
And I'm talking about people contributing not from the senior leadership, but actually from the bottom up. So we had people like L1s and L2s actually helping me always, what should I talk about, how read the matrix and Excel sheets and so on and so forth, right? Okay. So there's always a tonality to every business, right? There's a nuances to every business. So I think of course everybody talks about you learn a lot at Sokrati, it's a very high paced learning experience and everything. But I think at the same time, a very strong point of Sokrati is a collaboration. You can reach out to anybody and people will love to collaborate with you. You throw a problem, they get excited. And that's something I keep on telling my clients as well. You throw a problem at us, we get excited, and that's what Sokrati is made of. So I think so that experience of collaborating, and I think the most difficult thing is to take decisions. Rest is tenacity. I think we have very strong tenacity. We can live by it, and that's I think is amazing about Sokrati and my experience at Sokrati.
Okay, so now that we have understood the aspect and what is one of the core point at Sokrati, what I would like to understand from you, Navdeep, is that what according to you is the skill? Of course, you mentioned it's a collaborative environment and it's a learning environment. But for a newbie who is going to come on board, and especially my question is focused because we are still working from remote location. Right. Working from office is still not 100%. Right. In this kind of an environment, what will be your message or what will be your pointer for individuals to succeed at Sokrati?
Sure. I think this one thing is that people ask that, is it really difficult because you're all working remotely? Of course it is. As human beings, we like human touch, we like to collaborate, be physically present. And that's how, we start contributing a lot, start adding value a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, but traditionally Sokrati has always encouraged, if you want to work from home, work from remote places. Like I would specifically spend about a day in a week hardly. I would always be on the road doing meetings. But still, I never felt that, okay, I have to be in office to get things done.
Okay.
Right? Because there was a team supporting me and on the go, we were able to figure out our lives. So I think what happens is when you have some new joinings and specifically in our industry, when the churn rates are really high, you have always new guys joining you all across the board. One thing is really important that, to kind of constantly get a physical feeling or physical touch with them rather than talking transactional, I think, right? Because they don't know that culture. They have not seen that culture. They have not seen the warmth of that.
Absolutely.
So I think that warmth is really important that's something that we should owe to them. And from the newbies, I would say that, that this is a place, at a very early stage of your career, you don't get to take a lot of decisions of your life, right? You don't get to choose a lot of things. You are given the tasks. This is a very empowering place. So if you don't make the most of it, then it's your loss. One.
Yes.
That loss is absolutely yours. So you have to step up. So you have to explore a lot. It's a giant that we have built over a period of time, still growing. So I think one thing is that be curious, be hungry, be foolish, the way we say it. So that's the way. But I think even if you stick to your daily task, what you're supposed to achieve, that's fine. We survived a very hard time as a world. So it's okay if you're not learning a new certification or you're not doing something new or working out or getting a schedule done because your personal life perhaps not giving enough space. But even if you're able to deliver the daily task that you're supposed to deliver,
you'll get it.
Yes, that's good enough. So I think stay positive. Wait till we get to be here and again.
Yeah.
And then I think the party starts.
Yes, absolutely. Look forward for it, right?
Yeah.
Great. With that, now comes to the most interesting area, which is your core area, and I'm sure they will need to understand about it. This last 1 year has been a global challenge in terms of everyone to not only maintain business, in fact, maintaining business itself was a big business, but growing business, very few have managed to do. So, from you, what has been that our success mantra, or what has been your key aspect which you would like to understand?
I think when the lockdown happened, we all were very nervous. What's going to happen? No meetings, no business. So the whole idea of doing sales by meeting people and then convincing them, negotiating them, I think that was out of the window. And then how I'm going to do this? So there was that nervousness. But in the very first quarter, we hit the same numbers we did last quarter. And that's when we realized that it's actually just go with it. It's happening because more and more people gonna need digital ecosystem now because the offline is kind of challenging. We have had at Sokrati at quarters wherein we have not lost a single media pitch.
That was definitely
yeah. So I think the team was not shaky. They were very confident, but then of course they didn't know how we're going to manage this, how the pitch will happen, will the video calls will be good or not. But I think within a quarter, we were just back on, we adapted very quickly. We started growing from the next quarter. Of course, there were some challenges, some delays in onboarding some people, or suddenly clients have started invoking a lot of negotiations with us because a business is in question, right?
Everybody wants to be opportunity.
Yeah. So I think the messaging that we changed was that, guys, we understand the tough times too. So is for us, but we are here to support you to get through this. So I think 2-3 things. One, I think we adapted very quickly. It was very important for us to adapt very quickly. A lot of support from operations for us to adapt because we are very dependent on operations because they help us in building the pitches and solutions. Right? So they supported us a lot during this time. Second is not talking about what are my capabilities are actually, but talking about what I can deliver for you. I think that shift in the conversation started helping a lot. Probably client would ask me, what do you do on Facebook? What I can do on Facebook is really important. Yeah. So I think that change in conversation, how your ecosystem, we can assess your ecosystems and then we can tell you that, okay, what use cases we can solve for. The whole language changed. Yeah. And I think the more positivity we had in the organization, the leadership was actually very supporting. So we didn't feel the fall. We just thought that we're gonna fail and then we just bounced back and quickly we were on the track again.
I think what you rightly summarized is that we didn't become overconfident, at the same time complacent.
Yeah.
We kept our feet on the ground, very optimistic. Folks, this is one interesting aspect, and I would say something which you would like is that Sokrati is the right place now because we are in the digital space, which is only continue to grow because that's a change of global scenario of how customers are looking at shopping as an experience or overall building business as an experience. So that's what Navdeep has brought us to the forefront. So great. I think Navdeep, really nice to hear from you because you are the one who is really driving this and quite interesting perspective about it. Now that we have understood this ecosystem, I would like a little 2 cents from you about this whole digital as an environment and digital as a line of business. How do you think or how do you perceive the future going further? Not only from Sokrati, but as in for every individual.
I think it's a very wide canvas. It's a very clean canvas, and we are trying to paint the picture from every angle. I think this whole digital ecosystem where everybody is trying their bit from every angle. So for anybody to see a picture coming together will take some time. Whereas IT laws are kind of changing. Apples of the world are coming up with security, these things. I think it's gonna add more challenges. Yeah. Whereas there'll be, so what I see is that a lot of things will become very democratic.
Okay.
Yeah. Learning a channel will be very easy. I mean, my father cannot probably use Instagram the way I can use it, or probably somebody who's 22-year-old.
True.
You know, it's a simple tool to post pictures.
Yes.
What you can get out of the tool is
Yes.
the important thing.
Okay.
I think that getting out of the thing is getting democratized a little bit, right? Data will play a larger role in India specifically, because the audience which is addressable is kind of changing. It's increasing day by day, right? Because the penetration is happening. In a mature market, probably 90% of the population already is on the data or phone. Here it's changing, and the habits are changing accordingly. So that will play another role to it. So that will ask for more innovation. That will ask for subtle ways of communicating. Vernacular languages is going to play a very, very important role for us in the country. Google is anyway trying to have vernacular searches happening, voice searches happening. They're also kind of moving in that direction. But they have realized that, you know, when we have 17, 18 key languages in the country, you have to go personal. If personalization is the thing.
Personalization.
Yeah.
That's the word.
We've been talking about it for, I don't know, for a decade now. But then, yeah, personalization, how much personalization can happen?
Level?
Yeah. So I think the future is that tools will become very automated. But I think what you can get out of the tool, and by learning data and how you serve your ads and how you reach out to people, is what's going to change. And that's where the more focus is going to be. How can I have more retention than acquisition, more personalization than a mass communication, are very person-specific offers. I think that's where the focus lies now. Yeah. So customer centricity in its true form is what we need to bring in digital ecosystems, and that's what I think is going to be the future.
Fantastic. I think quite informative for me also. This 2 or 3 minutes of what you just now articulated.
If it made sense.
Yes. No, absolutely. I think the reason I am curious about it is because it reminds me, this scenario is like the 6 blind men and elephant. Everybody describing the elephant in their own way. Yes. And today the digital ecosystem is similar. Somebody is talking e-com, somebody is talking about personalization, and all these things to view together is like viewing all the bits into a necklace. And that's exactly what you articulated. It is complex, but this is the right place also to get to learn it.
So that's the amazing part at Sokrati. I mean, we are a performance agency. Right? People still view us as a performance agency. I would say we are not anymore. They view us as a performance agency. That was our bread and butter.
Correct.
But in 3-4 years, I think more than that, we started transforming into a partner which can think on your behalf how your digital infrastructure ecosystem can affect your business.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not that I will run ads, like I was articulating the same thing. How will it impact your business is what the language we are trying to bring. And while doing so, we started building our capabilities in data, in marketing technologies, creators, multiple other things. So that we could become a single brain toward a customer than having a dependency elsewhere. I think that's what I was trying to articulate. We're trying to bring the canvas together.
Yes. I think that's what it is. It is complex for everyone, not only for us, for the customer also, because they too do not know what to expect.
Exactly.
And they need somebody like us who will, like you said, putting the canvas together and putting all the pieces of the jigsaw, so that they get a complete picture out of it. And they don't have to go to multiple places.
Right.
And the best part of Sokrati is you get the opportunity to play around, experiment, challenge, and fail. But learn from every failure.
Right.
That's what we have been doing, and that's how we have been evolving part of it. So things are going to be more challenging now, because we had a different image earlier. And we ourselves have scaled and raised the bar for our customers. Plus the evolving digital ecosystem is making challenging and more demanding. Okay. What do you pursue 1 or 2 challenges that we as individuals at the leadership level, but more at the entry level, should be prepared to deal with it?
I think a center of excellence is something that we need to create. Yeah.
Center of excellence. Yes.
So, which talks about probably center of excellence is focusing on verticals, focusing on some certain problems, some business problems. So I think we have to bifurcate in such a manner so that we don't get distracted, right? So ultimately, the goal is how can we bring more business to a client?
Yes.
It's not to sell a tool.
True.
Not to spend more money.
End of the day, he should be happy.
He should be happy. Yeah. And anyway, that's your purpose.
Yes.
I mean, the purpose of the service in the industry is this, right? That we should bring more business to client, not to Google or a Facebook to anybody else. So I think that has to change. So you have to build a lot of center of excellence that we really need to do, and do not get distracted by a lot of new things. But however, it's important to explore them as well. So while doing all this, if I would say gyan and everything, you have to have your operations in place. Like really, you have to have a team which thinks of tactical things every day. Who will run the show?
True.
So while we build center of excellence to solve business problems, very strong operations layer to support that and deliver it is really important. Otherwise, we'll be all talk and
We'll fall flat.
Yeah, and nothing will happen. And basis that we'll have to create an org, and layers of org.
Great. I think, friends, it was interesting to get those bites straight from Navdeep, who has been spearheading this thing. And thanks for watching this conversation. All the best and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.